your race director for the Rockcut Ultra 2024. This is your pre-race video briefing. Before I get into it, I want to thank all of our sponsors and volunteers. Without them, we could not do this. While you're in town, I hope you do visit our sponsors. And of course, while running, a quick thanks to the volunteers is always appreciated. Registration is on Friday from 2 to 9 at 34 Main Street, small blue building that used to be the Kayak Shack. When you come onto the Twirling Gate Island, follow down to the T, take a right, and we're about 1 kilometer down the road on the water side. Although you register on Friday, it's still important that you check in race day morning, and that's at St. Peter's Church. St. Peter's Church is in the same parking lot as the Twirling Gate Museum in the Wooden Bolt Museum, just up from the Anchor Inn, and the start line's just around the corner from there. We have parking at the Wooden Bolt Museum in church. However, that will fill up early with the ultra runners. So we also have parking in multiple places along the water, at the Anchor Inn, or at either one of our schools, which is a short walk from the start line. There are bathrooms in the church, in the Wooden Bolt Museum, and the Anchor Inn allows us to use their bathrooms as well. So if you're coming in, you got to use the bathroom. Those are your 3 places that you can go. At the start line, we have a hoodie donation box. So if you want to wear an old hoodie, it's supposed to be a bit breezy in the morning. If you want to wear an old hoodie and pull that off just before you start, right at the start line, there'll be a box. You can throw your old hoodie in that, and we will donate those hoodies at the end of the race. It is important that your bib be visible on race day. So from the front, your bib is easily read so that we can be checking you off as you go. For the Ultra 50K starts at 7:07 a.m. Race day check-in at St. Peter's Church is between 6:30 and 7. At 7 a.m., the volunteers are closing the doors and moving on to a directional station. And so you have to be registered race day for that. Drop bags can also be left at St. Peter's Church, and they will be brought to Little Harbor, which is 2 different aid stations at approximately the 22-27 kilometer mark. So if you wanted to leave a drop bag, it will be brought to Little Harbor for you and then brought back to the finish line by the end of the day. Hydration stations. We've got hydration stations which will include water, Gatorade, and food at approximately 9 kilometers, 18 kilometers, 22, 27, 31, and 40. At 47, we will have water and Gatorade, but that will be all, and it will be an unmanned station at this time. But they'll be right on the trail, so as you're running along, if you see a couple of jugs, they will be clearly marked water and Gatorade. Time cutoff is in Little Harbor after you do the loop, and it's approximately 27 kilometers into the race. The cutoff time is 2:30 p.m., which gives you 16 minutes and 40 seconds per kilometer up to there. Everything I've said about parking, bathrooms, check-in are all the same. The only difference is the time. The half cut starts at 10:10 a.m. So your check-in is between 9:30 and 10 a.m. Again, at 10 a.m. the doors close. The volunteers move on to go into directional positions for the start of the race. So make sure you check in between 9:30 and 10. We just need to know your bib number and check you off. Your race this year has changed from 19 to 21 kilometers. As you head out into Back Harbor and along the beach into Spencer's Park, we will have people at the main turns directing you in which way to go. On the way back, follow the markers. Same thing as the 50. We've used multiple different markers. We've done our best to make sure no one gets lost this year. If you do, blame Wince and Pete. They are our key volunteers and responsible for the 21K. The 21 are approximately 7 kilometers, 11 kilometers, 15, and 19. At Station 1 and 3, the 7 and 15, we will have water and Gatorade. And at Station 2, which is at the lighthouse, and Station 4, which is only about 2 kilometers from the finish line, we will have water and snacks. At the finish line, there will be food. More importantly, the fire department, the Twirling Gate Fire Department is hosting a fundraiser. They'll be cooking hot dogs and hamburgers for $5 each. So a huge support of ours right from year one. They always have people on standby as they would be the first point of contact to get somebody off a trail if someone seriously got hurt. Let's be thankful that no one has and hope that we don't need them again this year, but please support the fire department. Get yourself a hot dog or hamburger at the finish line. You might get a little bit thirsty. Several of our sponsors have opened early to make sure that you've got a place to go. Whether you go to Stagehead Pub, Andy's Restaurant, which is also Split Rock Brewery, or to the Captain's Pub, which will have live music from 2 to 4. They will all be open when you finish. 8 p.m. at the Performing Arts Center, which is almost kitty corner from the Kayak Shack where you've picked up your swag bags. It's a BYOB event. We will give out awards and the music will start, and if you still have energy, there will be a dance. Hope to see you there.